Hello there, my friends. Welcome into day 4 of New Color Week. I'm Jen Pitta with By the Shore Stamping, and we've been celebrating all the new colors in the new Stampin' Up catalog, in the 2018-19 catalog this week. And today's card features a pretty bright and bold color combination, but I think I made it work. It took me some time. We're going to do Pineapple Punch, which is a brand new in color this year, Me Clover, which is also a new in color this year, and then a little bit of Soft Suede to mute that out. And as I was working with these, like I said, they were super bold and a little bit difficult to kind of pull together without it being a really gaudy or obnoxious card. So I added in just a touch of the grapefruit guava as well, and you'll see how I did that in a moment. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and pull those out of the way. We're going to start with an 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of soft suede cardstock, and I folded that in half to make my card base. And then I took a Whisper white piece. This one is 3 3/4 by 5 instead of the standard 4 by 5 1/4. So it's 3 3/4 by 5. And then I wanted to take some of this really bright Pineapple Punch cardstock. And because it's so bright, when I started to pile things on top, it needed a little bit of muting. It was just a little bit too much. So what I did was I took some of our vellum cardstock and I ran it through with an embossing folder, with the layered leaves embossing folder, and I layered that on top. And now you can see it really kind of mutes that yellow a little bit and makes it a little bit less vibrant, so it's a little more tolerable. All right, so then we're going to go ahead, I'm going to tape this down onto the yellow. I'm sorry, onto the white. I'm going to go ahead and tape the yellow onto the white. Just kind of center that right in the middle. And then for now, I'm just going to put a little bit of tape down here because I know that's going to be covered. So I'm just going to kind of put some tape where I know it's not going to show. All right, so I'm just going to tape that down on top of the white. And I cut this vellum cardstock the same as the white. So it was 3 3/4 by 5. And now I'm going to go ahead and take, I used the twine from the Nature's Poem suite, but I forgot to grab that before I started the video. So I'm just going to grab the linen thread, which is right here on my desk at the moment. But I did, in the original, which I'll show you, use the Nature's Poem twine set, which is actually really pretty. It comes with 4 colors that match that suite, and it's a little bit thicker, so it's really nice. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and do this here, and I wonder if I can get it around twice. Let's see. And still be able to tie. Maybe. Let's fix that. All right. Oh, goodness. Cooperate with me. Okay. Gonna do this. It's gonna be a little bit short, but we'll see if we can make it work. So I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot first, like I usually do with twine, just to kind of get it set. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie the bow. There. Not bad. I made it work. It's a little smaller than I had wanted. It's a little looser than I had wanted. So what we'll do, I'm going to trim this off. Like so. And then I'm just going to grab a little glue dot somewhere. Where are my glue dots? Here they are. I'm going to grab a glue dot and put that down so it's where I want it. Oh, and I probably shouldn't have done that because I need to slip something under there, but we'll just pick that up for a minute while it's still sticky, and I'll stick it down in a second. All right, so I'm going to leave that up. Then I have just a little strip of the Me Clover. This is 3 1/4 by 1/2 inch, and I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut a little banner end on one side. So I always do a snip in the middle and then corner to center, corner to center. Makes it pretty easy to get that lined up. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my main element of my page. And I will actually tell you that I already stamped this using my friend Jessica's ink pad, because look what I did when I was stamping. This is my brand new ink pad. And I turned it green. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but I was using this background stamp and it was green, and I put it in my yellow ink pad. And right now I don't have the re-inker to fill that. So I wiped off the excess ink and I'll get the re-inker, and that hopefully I can turn that back to what it was supposed to be. But yeah, so I messed that up. So I pre-stamped that part because, well, I made a mess. So we had to start over. So now I'm going to pull in my grapefruit guava, and we're using the Love What You Do stamp again. I used this in my Facebook Live challenge last night and challenged myself to do a card live without having pre-designed it. So I just grabbed some supplies and went to town and was able to create a card from scratch in 13 minutes and 36 seconds. So, not too shabby. All right, now I'm going to take this little flower image from the stamp set. You can watch that video if you want on my Facebook page, which is By the Shore Stamping. Just search By the Shore Stamping on Facebook and you can go back and see that. I'm going to turn this around, I think. No, I'm going to leave it that way. I'm going to turn that like that. And I'm just going to stamp my little flowers here in the guava. And then I'm going to take the, I guess I don't have, oh yes I do. I'm going to take a smaller block and I'm going to take the little accent piece. So this is a two-step stamp, so you can actually do two-step stamping, which is what I'm going to do right now. So we stamped the flowers first. Now I'm doing the little overlay. I'm going to stamp this one off though, because I want a little bit of contrast between the two colors. So I'm just stamping off and then stamping to the page. And I'm going to do it one more time here. Okay. And then I am going to ink the edges of this with some crumb cake. Surprise, surprise. So I'm going to take crumb cake and I'm just going to ink the edge all the way around. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach this together. So this piece I'm going to lay flat under here. So let me just put a little bit of adhesive down here. And we're going to lay that under here flat. So this is why I couldn't do that glue dot. So we'll do that. Now I can push that little glue dot down. And then I'm going to take this little strip and I'm going to lay it right under here. Kind of cover the ends of those stems so it doesn't look like they're floating. So there we have that. And I can go ahead and attach this whole layer to the card. I'm just using regular adhesive for that. I'm putting a little extra on because it's kind of heavy, so I don't want it to fall off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I have a little piece of white that is 1 3/4 by 1.5 inches. And I'm going to take my friendship quote. It says, "I'm lucky to have a friend like you." And I'm going to take the Soft Suede ink. And because it's completely see-through, I can actually get that right on here where I want it. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. Like so. And then we're going to take the crumb cake again with the sponge, and we're going to just go ahead and ink the edges of that to match the other one. And we'll grab some dimensionals, and I'm just going to pop this onto my card with a few dimensionals. Alright, peel the backings off of those. Like that. And then that's going to slip right here like that. And then the last little step for this is we're going to grab one of these little Share What You Love artisan pearls, and I'm going to stick that right on that flower. And there you have it. There is the finished card. So I'll show you, like I said, just the difference in the twine. So see how that one's a little bit thicker than this one. But still, same look. I really do love this. I'll have to show it to you later in the week. It's a really cool set of twine that you can use for a variety of projects, but it matches specifically the Nature's Poem Suite, which is beautiful. It's the one that has the tree-themed stamp set, and I showed that last night in my catalog launch party, and everybody loved it. So that's a really big favorite. So just a quick reminder, if you decide to order anything this week by June 15th, you want to make sure you use, if you're ordering with me, you want to make sure you use this code. So you'd go to Jen Pitta, JenPitta.stampinup.net, and then you can go ahead and use this U7NB3XGU code, which is the host code for my workshop, where everybody who uses that code will get a free set of embellishments, a free sheet of embellishments. It might be the artisan pearls, it could be some sequins, it could be some new rhinestones. We've got so much bling in the new catalog that I thought I would order a bunch, and in each of my thank you cards to you this month, I will send you some free bling. So that will be fun. All right, so that's it for day 4. Be sure to tune in tomorrow where we'll have another project that I'm sharing featuring new colors from the new catalog. So exciting. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you soon.